Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss about basics of neurons. It consists of neurons and structure, types, functions of glial cell and its types, functions and membrane potential, action potential, neurotransmitter and its types, functions, synaptic transmission and neurotransmitter. Let's see the basic features of neurons. So neurons are the fundamental units of the nervous system, often referred to as the building blocks of the brain. They are responsible for receiving sensory input from external world, like feeling sun's warmth on your skin, and transmitting information throughout the body, allowing us to think, talk, feel, and move. And let's see the structure of a neuron, which consists of a cell body and cell membrane, dendrites, axons, oligodendroids, dendrocytes, axon hillock, myelin sheath, node of Ranvier, axon terminal, and synaptic bulb. Let's see in elaborative one by one. So, neuronal structure, when in terms of dendroids, which will receive signals from other neurons. Cell body contains nucleus and maintain the cell's functions. Axon transmits signal away from the cell body to the neurons or to muscles glands. Terminal buttons release neurotransmitter into the synapses. Myelin sheath insulate the speed up and signal transmission in some neurons. So, in terms of dendroids, plays a role as a receiving signal from one neuron to another neuron. So, dendrites will be seems to like the branches of extension of neurons that receive signals from the neurons. They are tree-like structure that protrude from the cell body of neurons and play a crucial role in receiving processing synaptic inputs from other neurons, dendrites. It receives signal from other neurons through the synapses, integrate the process of information from multiple inputs and transmit signal to the cell body, can also release neurotransmitter to communicate with other neurons. Cell body. The cell body, also known as the soma, it is the central part of the neurons that contains a nucleus, maintain the cell functions. It is the control center of the neuron, plays a crucial role in, like, first, protein synthesis, producing protein essential for the neuronal function and maintenance, metabolism, regulating energy production and nutrients uptake and waste removal. Nucleus housing, contain the nucleus which stores genetic informations. Signal integration, receive processing signals from the dendrites. Action potential generation, generating action potential that propagate along the axons. Neurotransmitter, synthesize the producing neurotransmitter for communication with other neurons. And cellular maintenance, regulating cellular process such as growth, repair, survival. The cell body is essential for the neuronal survival and function, and damage to it can lead to neuronal death or dysfunction. And next, let's see the axon, which will transmit the signal away from the cell body to other neurons or to a muscle's glands. The axon is a long, thin extension of a neuron that carries signals away from the cell body to other neurons, muscles or glands. It is also known as the nerve fiber. The axon is responsible for signal transmitting, which carries action potential generated by the cell body to other neurons or effector cells. Conducting impulses, propagating signals along its length, allowing neurons to communicate with each other. Neurotransmitter release, releasing of neurotransmitter into synapses to transmit signal to other neurons. And long distance communication, enabling neurons to communicate with other cells over long distance. Role in neuronal communication, enables neurons to transmit and receive information. Axons have several key features, including myelin sheath, a fatty insulating layer that protect the axon, facilitating faster signal transmissions. Node of Raneva, gaps in the myelin sheath where action potential are generated and propagated. Terminal button, the end of the axons where the neurotransmitter are released into a synapses. Overall, the axon plays a critical role. Myelin sheath, it is a fatty insulating layer that surrounds and protects this axon of neurons. It composed of lipid protein is produced by specialized cell called oligodendrocytes in the central nervous system, the CNS, and Schwann shell is peripheral nervous system. Myelin sheath serves several important functions like insulation. Myelin sheath act as an electrical insulator, preventing the electrical signal from escaping, reducing signal loss. And faster conduction. Myelin sheath increases the speed of the signal transmission by allowing the action potential jump from node to node. It's like salutary conduction. Protection. Myelin protect the axon from the damage, injury, and disease. Energy efficiency. Myelin reduces the energy required for the signal transmission. There are two main ways to classify neurons by the functions and their structure. The first one, functional classification, and second one, structural classification. Let's see the functional classification of neurons. The first one, the sensory neurons. These neurons carries information from sensory receptor in the body, like the skin, ear, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, to the central nervous system, which is the brain and spinal cord. Sensory neurons allow us to perceive the world around us, like feeling the heat of the sun on your skin and the taste of your favorite food. And second one, motor neurons. Motor neurons, these neurons carry signal from the CNS to muscles, glands, and organs throughout the body. They are responsible for all of our movements, from the blinking our eyes to running a marathon. Interneurons. These neurons are most abundant type of neurons, and they connect sensory and to motor neurons within the CNS. They are also involved in integrating information from sensory neurons and determining the appropriate motor responses. Interneurons also plays a role in higher order functions such as learning and memory. And let's see the structural classification of neurons can be classified based on the number of process axon dendrites they have. So first one, unipolar neurons. These neurons have only one processes which can act as either an axon or dendrite. They are rare in the human nervous system and are mostly found in the embryo. So you can see the bipolar. The axons will be sending information to one neuron to another neuron, and multipolar axons also. So bipolar, these neurons have a two process. One axons dendrite. They are also relatively rare in the human nervous system, are mainly found in the retina of the eye and the olfactory epithelium, which is responsible for the sense of smell. Pseudo-unipolar neurons. The neurons have one processes that split into two branches shortly after leaving the cell body. One branch function as an axon and other branch function as a dendrite. They are the most common type of sensory neuron in the peripheral nervous system, which is the nervous system outside of the brain and spinal cord. Multipolar neurons. These neurons have multiple dendrites and one axon. They are the most common type of neurons in the CNS. It involved in a wide varieties of function. It's important to note that These are the just two way of classifying neurons, and there is a lot of variation within the each type. Neurons are constantly being studied, new information about their structure, function being discovered all the time. Let's see the glial cell. In biological psychology, glial cell, also known as or neuroglia, or non-neuronal cell, that plays a crucial role in maintaining the health and functions of neurons. Definition: glial cells are non-neuronal cells in the nervous system that provide support, protection, and maintenance functions for neurons. Let's see the functions of the glial cell. First one, the support insulation. Glial cell provides a structural support and insulation for neurons. Nutrients supply. Glial cell supply neurons with oxygen and nutrients. Waste removal. Glial cell remove the waste product from neurons. And ion regulation. Glial cells regulate the concentration of ions in the nervous system. And synaptic maintenance. Glial cell maintain the repair and synapses. Modulation of neuronal activity. Glial cell increase the neuronal activity and communications. Repair and regeneration. Glial cells participate in the repair and the regeneration of damaged neurons. Types of glial cells. Astrocytes. It has several types. The first one, the astrocytes. It is a star-shaped cells that provide support and nutrients to our neurons. Oligodendrocytes. Cells that produce myelin, the fatty insulation surrounding axons. Microglia. It is human cell, the phagocytose, foreign particles, cellular debris. Epidermal cell that line in the ventriculus and central canal of the brain and spinal cord. Choroid plexus cells, cells that produce cerebrospinal fluid. So let's see the role in biological psychology of glial cell. It plays a crucial role where various biological psychology processes include synaptic plasticity. Glial cell modulate the synaptic strength and plasticity. Neurotransmission. So it regulates the transmission, release, and uptake. Neuroprotection. Glial cell protect neurons from damage and stress. Neuroinflammation. Glial cell participate in the inflammatory response in nervous system. Neurodevelopment. Glial cell guide neuronal migration and differentiation during the development. In overall, glial cells are essential for maintaining the health and functions of neurons. Their dysregulation has been implicated in various neurological and psychological disorders. Let's see the membrane potential. Membrane potential is a fundamental concept of biological psychology, referring to the electrical charge difference across neurons' cell membrane. It's a critical aspects of neuronal communication in information processing. Membrane potential is the voltage difference between the inside and outside of the neuron cell membrane, ranging from -90 to +50 millivolt. This voltage gradient is generated by the uneven distribution of ion charged particles across the membrane. There are two main types of membrane potential. First one is resting potential, which means the stable negative membrane potential -70 millivolt when the neurons is not actively transmitting signals. Second, the action potential, a brief positive membrane potential. The positive 30 millivolt occurs when the neuron fires, allowing information propagate. Ion channel. Proteins that control ion flows across the membrane. Ion pumps, mechanism that actively transport ion across the membrane. Neurotransmitter, chemical messenger that can alter membrane potential. Changes in membrane potential can excite the neurons, making it more likely to fire, inhibit neurons, and reducing its likelihood of firing. Modulate the synaptic plasticity, influencing learning and memory. By understanding of membrane potential is essential in biological psychology as it underlies the neuronal communication, behavior, cognitive process. So in next chapter, we can deal with the action potential. Thank you.